Taylor, what are your
There
thoughts on
is
What is it?
vaccines?
Is it like a cartoon or something?
there's no
No, you could
isolation
see it.
of a
Is this the
virus.
Yeah,
is
it
this the
is. It
question
comes
and
down to a
answer?
really shitty graphic.
Can I ask a technical question just to you, Taylor? Is this the Q&A for people interacting with you, or what are we doing? Because I feel like maybe the chat, maybe I'm misunderstanding, maybe the chat's misunderstanding. It's like an open forum type deal. I just want to be respectful.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just saying using
Taylor-
one
Taylor,
dogmatic
you're muted.
axiom to kind of prove or affirm another dogmatic axiom is a total waste of time.
Yeah, I'm
But it's cool. Like that, some people just believe stuff. So I mean, can't really argue with that.
Yeah, but not only do they believe it, they propagate it.
I see. So it was mentioned there's electron microscope pictures of viruses, SARS particularly, and I suppose what I'm curious about is what functions are seeable under this electronic microscope, because what I'm seeing in the DNA is extreme movement, extreme complex, what appears to be instruction sets running, very similar to like a computer, whereas in this picture it sounds like a picture, like not even movement of SARS-CoV. It could, I mean, again, like I'm saying, like, do these help people? Do they even perform functions other? Because I know I can drink arsenic and it'll kill me, like a couple hours later. So I mean, like, what is the thing? The arsenic doesn't appear to move to me under the I mean, does arsenic move under the microscope all by itself? I don't know. I haven't looked at that. But
So I don't
to
argue
me,
for
like, what
virus.
I'm hearing is just
I'm sorry, go ahead.
all I'm saying is, like, I'm just seeing that, yeah, we can take pictures of things, but do they perform functions in these pictures the way that DNA is obviously performing these immense functions?
These pictures are taken. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. I was just wondering if you knew how these pictures are taken, because they're not videos like scanning electron microscopes. Everything has to be like frozen, sprayed with gold. You're literally capturing pictures of reflected electrons. A lot of the problem comes down to like optical resolution. Like when things are so small, you can have a resolution which is smaller than like the wavelength of light or whatever, and so you need to use other like mechanisms to view it. And of course I have the same question, right? Like I definitely am all into questioning things as well. I just know that there's like a limitation to this. You could take a series of different videos or see like different stages of a process and stuff, and then a lot is gained by actually doing this yourself, and then you could like just see it for yourself beyond what's just the only thing that's published in this paper, or whatever.
That's all junk.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
So
it's
if you do it,
that it's that the
So
the electron microscope pictures that have been taken are of damaged cells, waste cells. There's not a virus that's isolated. The thing that's supposed to be causing this malformation to the cell. It's a picture of a damaged cell, and that's it.
it's not just a malformation of a cell, like
Guys,
it's an entire.
wait a second. This is Taylor's show, all right? I think it's a Q&A, and
Yeah.
I think that we should be interacting with her back and forth. So I think Taylor
it's not a
should
damn.
go ahead.
Well, it
I was
kind of
just
is.
gonna say,
So she was
I've never
asked to demonstrate these
viruses.
things, and she hasn't.
Yeah, did you see my pictures of DNA and all that? Did you miss that?
Yeah, pictures. Yeah, great.
Well, what do you want? I mean,
It was
I've never
I mean,
seen a
there's video
virus.
there too.
Pictures,
Yeah.
really? So if I
Yeah,
provide a
I've
picture of
never
Bigfoot, that's evidence, right?
I've never like put any viruses in here. I'm talking about life. Viruses are non-living, so I don't study that virology. I study living cells. So I'm not gonna sit here and defend something I've never personally seen, but I can defend DNA.
Where's a
'cause
living cell?
we're made of them. You can look at them under a microscope.
Can you show me one?
Why
Yeah.
are
Just
you so
one.
angry?
Yeah, I can show you. I don't know, but it's okay.
You're
Why
gonna
does
show
not
me some
believing in
shitty photo.
DNA
You already know.
make
No, here's
one
some
an atheist,
videos.
though?
Okay, so I put some pictures of cells that
just
I've
look at the
taken here.
pyramid.
Did you see this? This is one I've taken in pond water actually. Bacillarea paxillifera. And then here's another cell. This is a protist. You can
Wait,
see
yeah, but I
all
was asking for a cell that we're made of, not some cell in a water.
the next one. These are human cells right here. These are neurons. This is a neutrophil. This is a white blood cell capturing a bacteria.
I'm not
And then
looking at it because I've seen all this stuff before, and I know it's all junk. You cannot provide
you
an
won't
image of a
even look at what's
cell
on my
that a
screen?
human has. Again,
Yeah,
like I
these are
said,
pictures right here.
it's like listening to a globalist show me things and
This
then
is
them try
three
to tell me
cells.
that this is the curve of the Earth.
Did you see him? Well, then open my screen. You'll see 3
I
human
don't have
cells.
to. Again, I've
Videos,
already seen all this stuff.
videos of
Whatever
them.
you're trying to present, there are no human cells. There's no images of these
Yeah,
things because they don't
there's videos
exist.
of human cells
I'll
right there
wait.
if you'd open
No,
it.
you're just like a globalist.
Okay, then open it. You're acting like them because you won't even look at your screen. And I'm telling you, I have videos of 3 cells on the screen right here.
I mean, if someone else wants to believe her, that's great.
Dude, you can get a microscope and look at it yourself. Like, you don't have to
Yeah,
believe
I'm
me.
sure. My
I
own
am.
cells. You're right.
You sure
I
can.
can just cut off a piece of my finger and then I can see individual cells.
You sure
Wrong.
can.
Doesn't
No,
work
that's
that
not
way.
wrong. No, yes, it does.
See,
You can
you
see.
think that because you're educated, you know more, but you don't.
I'm telling you, have you tried it?
You literally don't
Try
know
it
what I've
out.
done. You literally don't know
Try.
what I've
That's
done.
what I'm
And I
asking.
really don't have
Have
to
you
explain
tried it?
anything to you, but you're making claims that you can't back up.
I have seen my own cells under a microscope. I'm just asking you
No, you
if you've
haven't.
done it because I would think that you would change your opinion if you actually bought a microscope and tried it yourself.
No, you've never seen your own cells because they don't
How do you
exist.
know that?
That's just
I
stupid.
sure have. I've
Are
looked at
you
my cheek
claiming that
cells under a
human cells
microscope. I
don't
swabbed
exist?
my
What are you
cheek,
going
looked at
on
my
about,
cells.
Nazi?
I'm sorry. Did he
I
say
mean,
there's no
show me one.
cells?
Yeah.
This is
I don't know.
wild.
You can get a microscope and look at them yourself. You can look at pond water. You can look at your cells.
Again,
Whatever
like
you
I said, you have no idea what I've already done. You're
then
assuming
you
that you are smarter and know
say
more
if
than
you.
I do,
I'm
but
not
you're
Just a
assuming.
presenting
reality denier.
cartoons.
I'm not assuming that. That's why I'm asking you if you've done it yourself, and I think that you could do it yourself.
Oh my son.
Right, and there's zero evidence for DNA or human cells.
There's no evidence for human cells and DNA. That's crazy. I have
Yeah, I mean,
videos
I'll
of
soon we're
wait.
gonna
I've been
hear
waiting for a while.
I have
pretty
them on
soon
your
we're gonna
screen.
hear
If you click on it, you see.
pretty soon we're gonna hear pictures from space of the Earth are fake too.
Do squids
Hey, I'm
have
just
cells?
curious. I'm just curious, guys. Like, who else feels this way? I'm really curious.
Wait, are we going to talk about our feelings now? What is this, a woman's party?
Yeah.
Did you see the stuff I posted in chat, Riggs? That's what it
Hey,
comes down
guys,
to. When you
how do we
ask
feel
people
about
for
things
proof
that
of
other
DNA,
people are
those are
saying?
Human cells.
those are the
I do
images
believe
that
men
you
have
give
an
it.
Work.
implicit function men are not men unless they can recognize through their feel of that situation a correct determination of the path they should proceed in. So yes, a feel that is telling you something, a sense, is definitely worth investigating at some point, not just ignoring into eternity.
Oh, and what do you feel right now?
My
That you
son.
haven't presented us with what you know, but you keep claiming you know things, and I'm not even claiming that.
Well,
Taylor
again,
is.
so I'm just asking for the evidence of the DNA or the human cells, and that has yet to be provided.
No, I suspect
Kind of
she's
like
saying
asking for
the evidence,
objective
like, I
morals.
created-
I've still yet to be provided with those
What?
as well.
Dude, I'm trying to show you the screen. You won't open
She
it.
showed
Like
pictures.
you won't look and see. I'm trying to
Why
send you
you
Yeah,
set up
pictures.
a
she's definitely
microscope
showing
and
her
chop
own
off your finger? That'd be
investigative
cute.
work.
But I'll post them in the chat or whatever.
Like there's like I've got lots of research on terrestrial refractions that I can also provide people, and I am providing people, but that isn't going to be anything to anyone who doesn't open the screen or even hold that any of it's correct, that it's just something made up. Like it's like, okay, I mean, I'm just telling you what a camera interprets, and Taylor is also providing similar stuff here of her own captures of her own.
Are you acting
personal
like I don't know how cameras work?
No, there's no acting here. Everything here is of honest, integral. It's all.
Well, yeah,
being
sure.
presented in
You're
integrity
acting
with
like I don't know what you know.
negative. There's no acting going on here.
Yeah, affirmative.
Hey, my baby.
So anyway, I think
I've
that
seen people go back
anybody-
and forth on the DNA thing, and those images that I posted in the chat are the ultimate proof. That's supposed to convince people that DNA is a thing.
No. Look, I'll post some more pictures if y'all be willing to look at them. I was gonna post this video I'm posting right now with like a neutrophil, just a white blood cell. It's actually a GIF, so you can see it moving around. If you click on it, I'm assuming. Let's see. How do I copy a GIF?
There's no way that you can tell what that is. That could be literally anything.
I wish you would look at my
And
screen so I can like.
what's a better alternative? I'm not even claiming that any of it's correct. What I'm saying is, what's a better alternative at the moment for the functions we see operating? within the body?
Alternative? I'm sorry. Does falsification of something require replacement?
No, I'm saying it doesn't. What I'm saying is if you're saying it's not true, okay, all I'm saying is it would be nice because at the moment for science, that you journey towards the highest resolution field presented to you based on what is not paradoxical in its presentation. So I'm not asking for a, what I'm saying is I would like a new direction to travel, and without some sort
Yeah,
of
you're asking
signpost
for
being given to
replacement.
me back up. No, I'm asking
Well,
for a
there's enough
repentance.
So
evidence.
it's really
Right?
good.
need
So
some
so
new
so the
direction.
best way to do it is to realize like that you're being lied to, and then figure it out for yourself. Don't look for
Well,
someone
I
else to now
recognize
guide
I
you in
recognize
another lie.
I recognize abiogenesis is incorrect. And I also recognize that I already have a field of my own of deep study, which I don't need this field or anything. I'm just a curious somebody looking around. And so when I look at her studies, all I'm saying is, well, there seems to be mechanisms at work because I'm able to breathe, I'm able to talk, blood is circulating in my body. There's, some signposts somewhere leading me to some resolvability. And I'm using that word very liberally because quite literally, without a signpost, without any direction, I'm just flapping around. At least there's, something to try to work towards. Like, obviously, I don't hold any of this myself right now to be 100%, but I'm saying right now, I recognize it seems to be the leading theory. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's all. I'm not gonna pretend that some other theory is the leading theory and present it as undeniable fact, which is what the aobiogenesis crowd is saying. And these people are just saying, look, aobiogenesis is doing that, and if you think this field has absolutely no merit either, then I would go as far to say, well, if this field has no merit and that field has no merit, then again, we should just be simply saying, I don't know. I think that's what you're saying, is we should be saying we don't know, and that's what even Taylor's advocating for, is it's better to say we don't really know than to teach this at all, to say that we know, which is what I believe a lot of the people here, like FaZe maybe, and I'm not sure FaZe is one of them, or even IC Spin, I'm not even sure you're one of them, or even the guy who is no longer with us. But we're just simply saying it's better to say I don't know. I think we can all, or at least I think you and me have some connection there, but I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, not knowing is better than claiming you know.
Exactly. And that's what I do. I say I don't know. So you asked when I said proof DNA exists, and you're like, okay, what's the alternative? I don't have one. But the proof for DNA is shoddy and not trustworthy.
And aobiogenesis is worse.
Yeah. I did post a picture of it in cells in the chat.
I didn't
I've
say
taken some
anything
of
about aobiogenesis. Like, you think that's the thing, is like
That's
someone
what
else
it's
said I
on.
was an atheist because I said DNA doesn't exist, but you guys are using, like I said, one dogmatic axiom
I
to
didn't
prove
say that.
another. So
No,
that
I'm
if
not saying that.
someone
There's
says
pictures
that they
I
don't think
posted.
that that's necessarily true, or there's insufficient evidence, it either makes them an atheist or a believer of abiogenesis, whatever. We're not. I'm not.
Makes you a skeptic.
So
Just makes you a skeptic. I mean, if somebody said atheist, it makes that would be wrong, but it just would make a skeptic, which isn't a bad thing. Skepticism are people who are actually looking for the truth, not denialism.
yeah, complex diagrams don't prove nature to me.
These
We
are
didn't say that.
pictures
We
taken
just said
under
I don't.
microscope.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to put as many real pictures in here as possible that either I've taken.
I saw some real pictures of things that I don't even care that DNA is just that picture of a strand. Like, I'm seeing other workings that are pictures that are incredibly complex, that are just, wow, that's nuts. And it's that to me, that's pretty nuts. I'm not saying I know what exists and what doesn't exist when it comes to the fundamental, deepest weavings of the body and life, but I recognize that it's pretty darn complex and seems intelligently created.
So those nucleotides, there's supposed to be 2 meters of them in every cell in your body, right?
I don't know.
Like, that sounds
I don't-
pretty mystical to me. And
Well,
then this is
it's all
what
wrapped
we
up.
got to show for it. Like, 2 meters is measurable. Like, I can see 2 meters, but here's the image right here in the chat. That's what you get.
What's like-
What
this
is that? What am I looking at?
Yeah, this is really zoomed in, but I don't know how many meters it was all spread out. But if you think about all the traits that your parents have that is passed on to you, like where in the cell, if we start off as one cell, is that held at? It has to be some
I don't
information.
know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. There is some natural phenomenon. I just think these explanations are terrible, and
Okay,
they're kind of like
I gotta say,
dogmatic.
FaZe, that photo
worked
kind of
with
reminds me
plasma.
of something that I
They
saw.
inserted them into a cell, and then they had a specific function for that sequence of DNA, and I got that function.
Yeah, that photo reminds me of something I saw at like a carnival. They accidentally dropped in too much of that I guess like corn dog mix or whatever it is, and it all kind of bunched together and fried up, and that's what that looks like.
Well, there was a video
It's
with the
just-
first one. I took the
It's
second
the same
picture.
as you guys like just taking like when they show you cartoons of outer space, right? They were really appealing maybe when we were younger, and then
You
at
can
some point
see
you
for
realize, oh,
yourself.
like I have no proof of this. There's no way for me to verify this. These are computer generated images, or
They're
they're
not.
composites. They're just
No,
oh,
they're
so
not.
even these aren't. That thing on the top right there, that's real. And then the second thing, like God even knows what we're looking at. It's like blurry.
Yeah.
These are
Those
just
are,
legit. I should take them on face value and base
you
my
should go
worldview
start
on
looking
that.
at them yourself with a microscope. You should invest in a microscope and you can see cellular and subcellular structures yourself.
You can observe creation every day without looking at all of this phase.
Yeah, no, I agree that creation is a thing. Like that's the thing. Is just because I don't agree with the rest of or like how you guys interpret it. I think you're that makes me like an outsider or something. But I don't think like
You
Big
know,
Bang is
I
a
don't
thing
think that
either.
makes you. I don't think that makes you an outsider. I think you're pretty welcome in the chat.
Well, thank you. Standard of evidence. When you realize on some level you've been pretty much deceived about the biggest questions you could possibly have about life, like I don't think it's good that we take their other explanations for granted too. You know, like I studied bio, so the first hour of your presentation is like stuff I learned in biology in high school and in university, and then the rest of it, I was like, okay, cool. You obviously went deeper than I have, but yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't look at that and I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitive proof of something, and now I should base this information to like affirm a creator. Like I think something created everything. Obviously, to me it's obvious. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind, but like yeah, things don't create themselves. It's really that simple. But how far can I take it beyond that? I can't. Like if I'm being honest, I can't. And I know that I'm being deceived with weird images like this and meant to be wowed by it, but it kind of like the spell is broken now, and this stuff doesn't work on me.
Well, I recognize that what you're saying in terms of for people who are not capable to even investigate, I believe that it is better to hold a kind of a back step until something is presented and which allows the one to test what's being said. I believe that's important. I really believe that Taylor is encouraging some testing. I myself won't be able to participate in the testing, and I'm here to just to hear. I want to hear. You know, I'm not accepting at the moment, but I recognize strong. I would say logic proposed speech. That's what I'm looking towards. Is I just try to listen and pull from that. I'm not gonna build my worldview on that, but I do believe that it is important to have something to look at to as a signpost as to how I proceed in my life.
I'd like to share. Maybe one day we could watch it together on here. But there's a TED talk by one of the top like what is he like forensic DNA guys, and he pretty much admits in his talk that they're playing a guessing game. Like it's not as definitive as they make it sound with all these like true crime and all these stories. It's really not at all. And an expert will say that. A guy in that field will say that. That's not me talking. So like I listen to that and I'm like, that's weird, because everything else that I've heard about this, you know, like when DNA evidence goes to trial, people get convicted most of the time. So I thought that was like an indisputable science, but it's not. It's a guessing game. They have to have information on the suspect, and then they match up these graphs, and they like, yeah, this one might be closer than the other one. There's nothing definitive. And the same goes for paternity testing. Like they did a big like if you don't have information about the actual parents who might be involved in the paternity case, and you tested I think it was like 300 men, they said 187 of them could be the father with no, if they don't have any other information about the kid or the parents, like who's being disputed in the paternity case. So like the way
Now
it's
let me
been
ask
presented.
you, hold on. You said that you've seen cases or court or whatever where they bring DNA evidence and then the person is convicted. But have you yourself actually seen that, or have you just seen what they presented to you on the television?
Yeah, like a presentation. No, I haven't been in the trials, but I'm saying like the way it's presented is that this is absolute fact and you can't dispute it. Like that's the open shut case when
And
they
that's
have
what they want people to think. Yeah.
yeah, and I like now I question that, whereas 10 years ago I accepted it fully. I can't anymore. They even have paternity court on TV too, right? And it's like they're determining outcomes of people's lives, and people are getting super emotional because it's like, you are the father, you are not the father. Wow, dude, like imagine none of that is even definitive.
Yeah, it's not. So I had to take a paternity test here in South Africa for my first child. I can't remember what it was. Something to do with home affairs. What was it? I had to prove that I was the father for him to be registered or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was, but the test came back and it wasn't scientific at all. It literally said, based on some things, it's a high probability that this person is the father. So it's just junk.
Yeah, and I don't know if that whole thing, like every time they do that on paternity court, they always say it's a 99.9% chance. So I don't know if like leaving that 0.01% is like their kind of like legal loophole, just in case it gets proven otherwise. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It seems like
essentially.
plausible deniability or something like.
Yeah, they can say, oh, there's that
99.99%.
0.1%.
Yeah, which is like, again, if we don't have information about the names and the relationships between people, and you test, you get a baby's quote unquote DNA. They take a genetic sample and they take samples from men. The same test that they run, about more than half of a test group of 300 men could be shown to be the father. That
Actually,
should kind of tell you everything you need to know.
I'd be more curious to see someone take a bunch of women with children and then test those, right? But have someone, right, see if they can figure out who's the mother of which baby. And I bet they won't be able to.
No, they'll be able to figure it out if they have samples from the paternity. They'll be able to figure it out.
No, I get it. I bet they couldn't. So if they were just to take the samples and then someone would blindly run the samples, they would never be able to put the mother and the child together.
Yeah, they won't.
Well, wait.
That's my point.
What are you saying that they don't have?
People
They
who
don't have
sent
sample. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's people who sent a blinded saliva sample of a guy's pet lizard to 23andMe, and it came back as an Ashkenazi male.
Actually, that's
Just
not
because
surprising.
that's because that's what. Yeah, some people said, but they wrote that on the. I mean, that is some of that information was kind of like suggested in the application that they filled out, but the sample itself was actually from a lizard. Like, there's examples of this. So it makes you question, like, what the hell is actually happening? What are they doing when you swab something? Like, what's actually happening? Is it just a big guessing game? But, you're taught, what's wrong with you? Like, you don't believe in science? It's like, yeah, I don't believe in science. I shouldn't have to believe in science. That's the whole
Have you ever seen
purpose
how
of science.
they catch criminals with what's the maternal DNA? I can't remember exactly what they call it, but they are able to backtrace like based on the maternal DNA, and they're able to narrow down family trees, etc., and find criminals that way.
Where'd you hear that from?
I don't remember exactly. I've seen it on
Some
several
video,
sources.
right?
Some video.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I'm
just
not. I'm not a
yeah, it's just
criminal
some video.
investigator. So are you saying that it's not real? Like they can't trace DNA to like family trees and stuff?
I mean, listen. So if you've only seen it on a video, do you just believe things that you see on videos? Like that's really the question. Because that's
Well,
what
I'm
you're
not.
doing, right? Because you're
I'm
saying
not-
you saw it on a video. You saw someone do this on a video, and now you're just propagating it as it's real.
Well, no.
Well,
I mean, I
I
didn't
got
watch
mine
a,
done. This is
I
before I
didn't
was
watch a
broke.
video about
Like, I got my
squirrels being in the middle of the African desert and just take it whole
Come on,
cloth.
stick to the topic. I know you're gonna try to like poke back at
I've
me
had it
because
done.
I'm making you look stupid, but don't do that. You're
It was
just
Have you ever
accurate.
heard of
making it
Maury
worse.
Povich?
Maury
Yeah, that was my
Povich. Are
whole
you
point.
serious?
That's my whole point. That and
Yeah, I'm
paternity
serious.
court. I think this is how the idea got kind of like ingrained into the public's mind that this is how we, it's a definitive thing. Like this is how we resolve these issues. That was
Are
the
you
whole
gonna
I
ask
know
me
point.
next if I've seen Grey's Anatomy?
Did you see that screenshot I posted from a Substack about this? It says a
It has to do with
2013 survey. Have you seen that one? I posted it twice now. I'll read it for you. It's short. A 2013 survey by the National Institute of Standards and Technology asked analysts from 108 labs to look at a 3-person mixture and determine if a suspect's DNA was present. 70% of the analysts said the suspect might be in the mix. 24% said the data was inconclusive, and just 6% arrived at the truth that the suspect was not in the sample.
Okay, so my family
Yeah.
came from Sicily, Italy, and I know they came there because my grandpa, his parents spoke Italian, and it traced them back to there and traced and pointed out my family members, which were accurate. This is before I was woke, and I know I shouldn't have done it now, but I was stupid. Sent off my
Have you seen
DNA.
all the people on the internet
And
that
it came
got
back
way
accurate,
different
though.
results that told them they're 26% black and 30%? Like, have you ever seen those ones where people just get really weird Ancestry.com or 23andMe results, and they
I
start
haven't.
crying and they get all emotional because they had no idea?
They might be
Because it's
real.
probably
I don't know. I'm
yeah,
just
they
saying that
might be, Taylor. Like that's what I'm saying. But
mine were accurate, but Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Other people's might not be. I don't know.
How
I don't
much
know
info
how.
did you give them about yourself?
Just my DNA. Asked them to discard the sample, but I don't know if they did.
I mean,
Either
didn't you
way,
fill out some kind of form, some kind of paperwork with it?
probably. This is so many years ago.
Exactly. So like if send them next time, send them a swab of a dog or a cat and fill out the information about yourself and see what it comes back as. You'll probably get the same results. That's a good test.
Yeah, I think I just made an account. I don't think I filled out a form with my information. I just made an account and then sent off the swab.
Which one of those services did you use? I'll look it up now. Did you use
I
23andMe?
I can't remember which one I used. That or Ancestry. One of
Okay.
those. Maybe 23andMe. But so I've worked with plasmids though, where basically I order a sequence of DNA and I like introduce it to my organism. There's different ways you can get it to incorporate in their DNA, but then like it expresses certain fluorescent proteins, and you can see that effect happen after you incorporate this strand of DNA that you design based on the function you want. Like that's how they make mutants and stuff. Even though I don't agree with that. And I probably wouldn't mess with DNA again, knowing what I know. Like, I don't think it's a good thing. But, they do make mutants by doing this method.
Like X-Men?
I
No,
wouldn't say
not
that.
like
They don't
X-Men.
mutate humans. That's unethical. They do animal mutants.
Wait, you said it's unethical? What do you think? Like there's like some kind of like overarching moral structure that people go by?
That's against the rules, the ethics
Oh,
rules.
rules. Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
making
because people
mutants.
follow those.
Yeah, well, I can't make a human mutant if I
Of course,
wanted
there's
to.
morals. Maybe you don't follow them, but that doesn't mean it's
Wait,
not true.
where are the morals? Can you show
It doesn't
me?
make
Just
morals
one.
are real.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to recognize them though.
Oh,
So
see, there you go. So you can't show me. So now you're just going to talk about me
And that's the
instantly.
thing.
no,
Then
It
I'm
always
just saying
happens. Oh,
they're
wait.
written on your heart. If you
Oh, really?
slow
So if they're
down and
written on
think about it,
everyone's heart, why do we live
yeah.
in the world we live in today? That's crazy.
because people deny what is right. They are
Oh,
inclined.
so it's that not actually written
The Bible,
then. It must
is the
be
Bible,
just like an idea or a feeling.
is
Just
the
because
Bible
it's written doesn't mean you can read.
Show me where it's written.
all over the place, bro? You don't have to accept
Where?
it.
Show me one place.
The fact that we all know that certain moral actions are wrong, but
The
you'll deny
fact
that.
that you still haven't shown me.
Well, do you think the only things that are real are things you can hold in your hand?
See, again, you still haven't shown me.
You won't answer. I can't know your
Answer the
standard.
question.
He won't. Earlier,
Just
whenever he was
show me
around,
morals objectively.
he
See, the
said
only thing you can do is ask
the only thing is
questions.
Answer the
reproduction.
question.
Reproduction's a measure of
No.
success. I asked him, how does he make that moral stand? How does he make that standard of success? Where did it come from? And he said he didn't have to engage with me. So I guess I don't have to engage with you either. If you want to answer questions, then I don't have to either.
Well, that's great because you don't have any answers. So you should really just quit
Do you
talking.
have an answer to that question from earlier? Where do you get your standard for success from?
See, I see you say you're not going to engage with me, but you engage with me.
You don't have
Slight
answers.
retardation.